The scene is set. Chloe Brothers arrives home in the Uber that Calliope had called for her after a night of fun, games, new friendship, and including even politics since Laird Brayhan was there. She continues into her house and she slowly makes her way inside. She's trying not to make any noise, trying not to wake up Morty if he isn't awake already. If he is still asleep, then there might be something wrong. She might need to check on him for sleeping until late into the night. But she's already had quite a night of her own, and she'll make her way up the stairs, feeling her wall with her fingertips. Her cat's trailing behind her, meowing, saying, "Where have you been?" She doesn't take much notice considering the amount of alcohol probably in her system. The vitae was quite splendid. She doesn't remember how many bottles of Stenso brew that her and Calliope actually went through during the 3 games of, wasn't necessarily beer pong, but Stenso brew pong. It'll be a new success of a game within the country, of course. But she makes sure that her steps are careful as she makes her way up the stairs. And she'll kick off her boots, hang her jacket, the Stitches special jacket, on the edge of a chair for the desk in the room. Her queen size mattress, just calling her name. And she'll just kind of go kerplop on it, just seeking the humane warmth and comfort of a bed. The shutters were in place just in case she slept in and slept through the day. She didn't need to adjust them, so she didn't meet a doom on accident. She didn't hear Morty in his room, but who knows what he could be doing. He could be a silent sleeper. Maybe maybe that one little exercise that she told him to do was working already, which would have been a relief. And as she's snuggling into her pillows, she drifts into the dream. It takes a little bit slipping into the REM realm, to the dream realm. She finds herself stepping in front of Laird and Megan again. And there before her, she sees the 7 kine, St. John, and the rake, and Morty on the ground. She's reliving that night, and it feels as real as it did. They go through the same motions as her and Morty pass by each other. She hears him say, "I am so sorry," and all she could say still is that it's okay. It's all right. I would rather do this than see all of us killed. And she knows the information now, so she understands it. That this wasn't the Harpy's fault. This wasn't the Camarilla's fault. An echo in her mind, she still hears her cats out. Sorry, admin. But she is doing the same exact thing as before. She allows herself to, be patted down for any more weapons, although she gave them all to Megan, considering it was just those brass knuckles she was given to as a gift. They lead her into the car and lock her in it. She watches her friends being led off, followed by the kind with the shotgun, just in case they tried anything. And she waits the same amount of time as it took for the rake and St. John to suddenly jump into the car, and the car takes off. She can smell the stench coming off of St. John. She can see that emotion, that just pure hatred, pure disgust. And her gaze slips to the rake, the masked figure that suddenly showed up. It was just owning the show, owning this hostage situation. And there's no emotion. There's nothing showing in his eyes. No smile hiding beneath the mask. No muscle movement. Dead. St. John starts the small talk, asking about Laird and Megan, asking if those were their real names. And honestly, that's all that Chloe knew. Laird threw his name around like confetti, so she wasn't really convinced to second guess it. And Megan never really brought up her last name anyway, so there's a lot going on in that head of Chloe's that she doesn't remember it. She reminds herself to ask Megan next time. And she still replies with that smart-ass remark. I don't think your friends are doing much talking, considering that they're staked in the hands of my prince. And I now watch as St. John's face reddens. This is different. This is not what happened. Although he says the same thing, that he's just making fucking small talk. And he kind of adjusted in his seat. Too close for comfort for Chloe. She really wouldn't have done anything, but it's her natural instinct. She was raised to react to these kinds of things, and she sees that he's too close in her bubble, and she lashes out with her fist. By the way, I'm not rolling because this is a dream. Just letting it happen as I'm going. She gets a knock in, but considering his size, it doesn't do much damage, and suddenly he has one arm around her throat and the other one bracing on her shoulder, anchoring her down, and she can tell her neck is tilted to the side, like he's about to do something. And he pauses She can't see his face, but he pauses and I catch a glimpse at the rake's face, and there's still no emotion, and he doesn't make any move. But suddenly, St. John's things are in her neck, in my neck. I'm sorry if I'm switching like POV. And I can tell that he's draining me. Doesn't care anymore. I hit him. It's gonna happen. And the survivor kicks. The survivor kicks. And she flails. I flail. And I kick and I hit. And I'm trying to think, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this right now. Or else I'm dead. I cannot leave my little sister alone. I cannot leave the harpies, my family, alone. I will get back to them. I made a promise to Megan that I will be back for my brass knuckles. I will live. And I'm getting my range of movement. I'm kicking to see how far I can kick. I can almost reach the door. I just need to knock St. John off balance by a little bit. And I can feel myself being drained. And I'm moving my arms as much as I can. And I notice it will hurt like a bitch. But I know that if I swing my elbow up hard enough and fast enough, he will not be able to notice and won't be able to stop it hitting his throat. It's something I have to do. It's something I have to do to live. It is gonna hurt like a bitch, but damn it. I don't wait any longer. I just do it. I swing my arm back as fast as possible and I hear the pop of my shoulder. I don't know if I popped it out of place. I don't know if I broke the damn shoulder bone or any ligaments in there or the torn muscles. I don't care. It slams into his windpipe and it shoves all the blood that he was drinking back out of his mouth, and I splattered with my own blood. But I got him to get his fangs out of my neck and loosen his grip just a little bit, that I could loosen enough to slip out of it. And I'm heading straight for that car door ahead of me. And I'm moving with so much momentum that I'm able to just look back. I'm looking back at the rake. I'm not even paying attention to St. John to see if he's chasing after me. I'm looking back at the rake. And that's when I finally see it. I see his smile through that mask. I see the light in his eyes of excitement. I gave them exactly what they wanted. War. Blood to spill. Of course, I couldn't stop. I couldn't just easily stop and just take the death. I burst through that door. I was able to just barely tuck my head in so I can tuck and roll. I can hear the bones pop, the scrapes as my skin hit the pavement, the tearing of muscle as I stretch my muscles too hard to be able to protect myself from breaking my neck or spine or anything important. And I don't even stay long enough to watch the car, to see if it stops, to see if it keeps driving. I look around frantically and look for a alleyway to run into. And I take it. And I run. I'm burning celerity. I'm burning blood to run. just so I can get away, just so I can get away from this fucking Giovanni. Because the last thing I want is to meet anyone that is at that house. And I run until I'm tired, and I slam against the wall, and I slide down to the ground. Hell, they could probably find me here. Deliver the final death. Even out the score for the cameraless staking there. Don and the Don's nephew. And my body is still saying move. But I'm actually saying I'm so tired. I don't have the blood to keep going. And I feel so weak. And that is when it awakens. I can feel it purring as it's moving within me. The beast. And I can already feel that my hold on it is weak. That I'm going to lose this battle no matter what. I probably won't even make it home before frenzying. I might not even be able to sit up without frenzying. And the door opens in front of me. A woman is standing there. Red hair. Bright red hair. And green eyes. She looks so much like Pyra. And her eyes trail. She can probably smell that faintest hint of iron in the blood. And she finds me sitting beside the dumpster. Ma'am, are you alright? Not like this, I think. I notice that she looks like Pyra. I can't do this. I cannot let it win. But my fingers are shaking because they're so tired. And they hurt so badly, and they're probably even broken. And I can hear the beast laugh. It'll be so easy to take her life so we can continue to live. I can tell barely my voice scratching out, "Get away, please." And the woman just oblivious, looking at all the blood as I'm crying tears of blood, just thinks that I'm bleeding internally, that I'm just bleeding to death here. She wants to help. She takes steps closer, and it purrs with such hunger. So easy to just let go. Ma'am, are you okay? Let me help you. Just get away. I can feel my teeth sharpening for the kill. I can't hold back much longer. It's so easy to just take her life. And she looks so much like your sister. So it should be easy. Just let go. I don't stand a chance against the beast. Not one bit. My threads that I've been barely holding on to slip out of my hand. And the last thing I hear is a scream before nothing. It seems like an eternity. But I come back. And of course, I feel better. Why do I feel better? Why do I feel I'm not as injured as I was before? Yes, there are still scrapes. There's still blood. I'm still crying. Tears of blood. My clothing is still ripped from hitting the ground, rolling against the concrete. My muscles and my bones, they still ache. But I'm not as injured as before. And there she is, lying in front of me. But she's not just bled dry. She's torn to shreds. There's limbs missing, and they're scattered all over the place. And instead of seeing the woman before who showed a little bit of resemblance, I'm seeing my little sister. And I can't do much. I'm frozen there against the wall. And I start screaming. And that's when I wake up. And I'm still screaming. And I'm trying to quiet myself. And I can just hear the beast purring with excitement. Seeing that it has done its job and made sure that it is still known within me that yes, I am a monster. And that I can never have the normal life that I ever wished for with my sister. Because now we are both monsters. I managed to quiet myself. I don't know how long I've been screaming already in my sleep. I just wrenched my phone away from the dresser. And I text my sister, I text my little sister Pyra. Please tell me you're okay. Please tell me you're still in Reno. Waiting desperately for that call or a text back. I'm still here, Chloe. What's wrong?